Hiya, happy May and welcome to another vlog. This month I want to be working on writing. I am currently on part 6 of my fantasy novel and I would very much like to finish part 6 this month. I also want to finish my anatomy course, which I was also going to finish last month and I was also going to finish the month before. And if I don't finish it this month, I am going to be very mad at myself. And then the third thing that I want to work on this month is over here. I have a little bit of extra space for dinosaurs because I sent off the mice that were living there before and it just looks so empty without them. So I want to make another 1 or 2 dinosaurs this month. I also want to work on another dinosaur timer and I thought it'd be really cute if every time I make a timer there's a new dinosaur in the family. So I want to make a dinosaur fairly early on and then work on a timer and then hopefully have that up before the Writeathon next month is the goal. But you know, I don't seem to be very good at keeping up with goals, so don't take my word for that. But yeah, it's Saturday morning, it's the start of my 3-day weekend, which I'm very excited about, and I really want to get a head start on all of those things. So let's get to work.
Right, it's only the biggest sieve.
Hiya, happy Saturday. It's been a week since my last vlog update and I have a couple of updates for you. I finished up chapter 41 last weekend and I've already jumped into the next one. I've mostly just been brainstorming so far. This chapter has been confusing. Basically, I have a big event thing and a bunch of different characters need to talk about it in different combinations, in different orders, and they all have different reactions depending on who they're talking to. And I don't think it's very interesting to have 8 conversations around the same topic, so I spent the week trying to brainstorm how to cut that down and figuring out if I can put it into a single conversation so that, you know, you don't have to read the same thing 8 times. And the answer is no, I can't put it into a single conversation and still include the literally contradictory snippets into the same chapter. So I'm just gonna have to prioritize. So I figured out what the actual scene is going to be that best includes my favorite snippets and bits of reaction that I wanted to include. I figured out who the best point of view character is gonna be to write that scene in, and I just gotta actually write it now. And I've been holding off on writing today because the troublemakers are doing a 5k day on the Discord and it doesn't start until 5 p.m, which is in just under 3 hours. So I wanted to wait and like write together because that's more fun. There is no way I'm actually gonna do a 5k day because we're starting quite late in the afternoon and I don't write that fast, but if I finish this chapter, that would be amazing. On top of the writing, I also need to script and film a voiceover for a video that's going up next week. So I might do that in the meantime, and I've also been working on this. Her name is Honey, named after Danny of course, and she's not finished, but I finished all her body parts during the stream last night. So I just gotta attach them and then I can start working on the timer. Yes. It's so cute. It's far too hot, I'm just pretending to drink that for the aesthetic. Hi! It's Thursday right now. I don't normally blog on Thursdays, but I had a bunch of stuff I wanted to say and I was writing it down in my planner, just planning out what I'm going to say on Saturday, and then I thought it'd probably be easier if I just said it and didn't write it down. I didn't update you on how I did on my 5k day on Saturday. 5k day in quotations marks because I was not actually aiming for 5k, but the chapter that I said I was gonna work on, I thought that I had only written the start, but when I went back and looked at it, I actually had written quite a lot more than I remembered writing. There was only like the final pages were left, so I finished it up surprisingly fast. So normally what I would do at this point is let it sit for at least a night and look at it again the next day and probably rewrite it from scratch because that's just what I do. But I couldn't do that because we were in the middle of this 5k day and I'd only been working for half an hour, so I went in and started brainstorming the next 2 chapters, which I wasn't sure at this point if it was gonna be 2 chapters or 1 chapter. I wrote it in initially as 2 chapters, but it was still a bit up in the air. And I am going to keep it as 2 chapters, and I've written the first one already. But when I was brainstorming it out, I did take notes on both of them, so technically all 3 chapters in part 6 that are missing are yellow now. But yeah, that was Saturday. It's Thursday today. I haven't touched my book since. And the reason being, which is partially what I wanted to say in this vlog, I got chosen to be a Writeathon host. I signed up to be a Writeathon host. I was sort of hoping I wouldn't get it. The only reason I signed up was because I know that candidates are randomly chosen, and I thought if I sign up now, it will statistically improve my chances for the one in 3 months when I feel more ready to be a host. That's not how it works, that's not how statistics work, but so that's happening. That will be happening on the 6th of June, if that's something that you would like to watch. I will be doing my absolute best to get this video edited and out before the 6th of June, so that this is an actual announcement and not a, well, you could have watched it, but it's already happened. Talking about things you could have watched but have already happened, I didn't want to go into the Writeathon having never hosted a stream before, so I hosted my first one on Tuesday. And that is the primary reason I haven't written anything since Saturday. Turns out live streams take up a whole bunch more time than I thought they would. There's so much that goes into it that you barely notice when you're not the one hosting. Like, I had to actually plan what I was going to say. I made myself a list of the things I had to say and questions I was gonna ask during the sprints. The only thing I didn't write on this piece of paper is that I need to go through and read the comments and reply to them in the chat, because that is so obvious that there's no way I was gonna forget. I realized during the first minute of that sprint that I forgot to say hi to the chat. Okay, but other than panicking completely during the intro, I think it went fine, so we're good. The final thing I wanted to tell you about is my mice, which, if you didn't see my last video, I crocheted a bunch of mice and sent them to my friends, and that's basically all you need to know about that. Now, I sent 3 mice to 3 different people. When the first one arrived, my friend said, "Thank you for the bear." It's not terrible feedback because I was originally trying to make bears and then they looked like mice, so I just decided to go for mice. It works, I'll take it. Second one got there, all good. I actually saw on the card there was a mouse, so there was no mistaking there. Third one got there yesterday. Thank you for the baby monkey. Baby monkey? What is wrong with these people? I've been working on my writing for a considerable amount of time since my last update. Yes. Do I personally feel like I've made progress on each and every one of the chapters listed? Yes. Can you actually tell any of that progress from this graph? No. I promise I'm working on this. I do still have 2 weekends left in May, so maybe I'll be able to finish these, but I'm not actually planning on writing this weekend because I am working on these little guys. Another thing I wanted to work on this weekend was a channel banner, because if you look at my channel at the minute, the first thing you're gonna see is an old travel photo that I took on my terrible old camera phone 3 years ago. I actually quite like that photo, and I think it worked pretty well when this was primarily a traveling vlogs channel, but of course it's not anymore, and I knew that if I didn't make myself a new banner in preparation for the Writeathon, I would never get around to it. And of course I wanted to have my dino babies in my banner because, well, because I can. This was on top of my to-do list for the month, and as most other things ended up getting done in the final week of May, I'm not entirely sure what happened this month, to be honest, but I was feeling really ahead of everything during the first week, and then I blinked and suddenly it was the final week and I was stupidly behind. It's taken me 3 months, but I finished my anatomy lessons. I have not been showing a lot of these during this video because I only really had one body part left to do in May, and when I finished it was all on putting the whole thing together, and I wasn't really sure how to do exercises for that, so I haven't been. I've just been following the lessons, and I don't want to show you that because I don't want to put up content that isn't mine. But yeah, I've been working on this for half an hour a day, every day-ish. I've tried. I finished it, so that's all that matters, right? And it's currently the 25th of May, which means that I technically have 6 days left in the month, except I really don't. I'm gonna spend Saturday, Sunday and Monday, which is a bank holiday, working on my dino timer because I got maybe like 20% done on Saturday. And on top of that, I still gotta do some of my Writeathon prep and I'm streaming on Thursday. So I don't think I'm gonna get much writing done for the rest of the week. I've been trying to do like a little bit in the mornings because I know that my weekends are gonna be just covered in dino timer for the foreseeable, and that's been going pretty well. I still haven't actually finished the chapter, but they're all making progress slowly, so. But yeah, the final thing I have to do is actually do the after drawings of the before and after comparison so I can take a look at where I've improved. If I haven't improved, I'm going to be very, very mad. It's definitely taken a lot longer than I was hoping it would, but I think I've gotten a lot out of that course and I'm definitely glad that I did it. But I'm also very looking forward to moving on to a different art challenge because I'm supposed to be doing a different one every month so that I can have some variety, you know. And it's gonna be fun doing a different one. I've already chosen. I'm not gonna tell you what it is yet. Okay. Hiya, it's the end of May. It's not, it's actually the start of June, but let's just ignore that and pretend that I filmed the outro in time. I finished my anatomy comparison. I tried to do it without looking at the before image, and I was a little bit nervous about this since I wasn't sure there'd be enough of a dramatic improvement for this study. Copying photos is supposed to be a skill that I'm already semi-comfortable with, and well, I didn't think that it'd be that hard to copy a photo even without having done an anatomy course. Like, I really didn't think that that'd be enough improvement to make it worth it. For the, like, a reference study, it's supposed to help me with non-referenced studies, I guess. But I was wrong, actually. I'm honestly amazed by how much better this new image turned out. The proportions are a lot more accurate. I can actually see a lot of the mistakes in the original attempt that I couldn't really see when I first drew it. And this is only 3 months worth of progress, so I'm really happy with the results. I felt a lot more comfortable and relaxed while drawing this as well. Drawing people is definitely not my comfort zone, and it's always been a difficult, brain power consuming task. But this drawing felt a lot more fun, and drawing full body people doesn't normally feel fun for me, but this really was, so I'm very happy about this. In terms of time, it did take a little bit longer than the original, a little bit being maybe about twice the time. It's okay though, I don't think this is cheating because it's not like I had a time limit the first time round. It's just that when I finished it, I didn't know how to improve it, and this time I did, so I spent a lot more time tweaking the mistakes that I could actually see this time and making it better because I knew what to look for. Obviously, it's still not perfect. After I finished the drawing, I actually overlaid the reference onto it in order to check, and there was one thing in particular that stood out to me, and that being that the underlying rhythm of the pose is slightly off. My person is leaning a little bit more forwards than the reference is, and that's not great considering I literally just finished a 2-hour lesson about how important it is to get the foundational rhythm right before you add the muscles on top. I think part of me was just excited to get started and prove myself, and I didn't spend enough time getting the feeling of the pose right. I just wanted to jump straight into the muscles that I've been studying. But also, I probably just need to practice more figure drawing. The exercises I've been doing for these last 3 months were all very muscle-centered, focusing on individual body parts. And while I have done figure drawing before, I haven't actually done any this month. So that's definitely something I want to revisit in the future. But overall, I'm really happy with the improvement, and I'm really glad that I spent 3 months just really working on this and trying to improve my people drawing skills. I also wanted to give you a final writing update before I wrap up the video. I haven't made any visible progress on the graph. I admittedly haven't been working as much on writing this last week because I was really pushing to get the dino timer finished in time for the Writeathon. But I have been working on it. I've done my minimum 4 hours that I try to do every week, and I have made progress that I consider progress that is visible to me. But of course, I haven't actually finished any of the 3 chapters that I've been rolling around and going back and forth from. So you can't actually see any progress. But I promise I'm making progress. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you had a fantastic month of May, and let me know what you were working on and what you accomplished this month if you feel like it. And I will see you in the next video.